If I hadn't met Joel, I would 100% at this point be in a job again, trying to figure out how to get out again. My name is Jason Watson. I am South African, spent a long period of my life studying to be an accountant, ended up getting a really big job, like a high paying job, and got retrenched from it, which wasn't amazing. You're having to tell like my family and all of them that this happened, and that was quite a tough time. And then I got into digital marketing. Ended up making a course because I thought it was the right thing to do. Took about 5 months where I made no money on it. Launched it, made no money again. So I got Expert Secrets, and they basically gave guidance into how to do a webinar. And then I saw Russell Brunson has like thousands of testimonials. So it was always like, I felt like I should know what to do. I was like, I've got the materials. He's told me what to say and all of that stuff. But I think the frustrating part was that I knew it worked, but I didn't know why mine didn't. You know, like, it's almost like he gave me the outline of what to do, but I didn't actually understand what was happening. So when it was broken, I couldn't fix it. At that point, I was like, I think it was like the 5th or 6th webinar that I'd done. I'd done this dumb thing like 5 times. And it didn't work, and I was like running out of money and all of this stuff. And I was going through that 2 Comma Club list, and I was like, how many of them write the word webinar in their little caption? So I was trying to figure out like if all of them were actually using webinars. I was trying to figure out if it was the right, I don't know, field for me to go into and study. And I saw Joel, and it was like the webinar agency. And then I went to look at his website, and this made me actually reach out to Joel to do his webinar review process. And it was at that point that I had 300 euros to my name. Like that's all I had. I got started anyway because I was tired of my situation. I had been absorbing basically a large amount of information. I was reading everything that I could possibly get my hands on. And I was thinking that I just needed to learn more, like always learn more. But at that point, I realized that I was actually afraid of taking action because I was afraid that it wasn't going to work again for like the 9th time. He actually downsold me into high ticket courses, which I really respected of him because I was willing to pay him. It was like $5,000 I was willing to pay him. And then he downsold me. And I was like, okay, fair enough. It was a good impression that he made. And then I remember one of the things that also impressed me with Joel was I was talking to him about one of my landing pages, and he asked me if the statements that I was making were true. It sounds almost like petty, but like I admired that because I've always had this impression that a lot of like marketers are just full of hype. And my perception before that was always like, I need to make almost like elaborate claims around myself. And then it almost like solidified in my mind that he's legitimate with it because I felt almost scolded into doing the right thing. And I was like, that's really good. Like, I'm super glad that he actually did that. I found that a lot of the other courses are almost trying to teach you this like complicated, elaborate way to do something. And high ticket courses is always like, let's take the most simple approach to all of it. It's like lifting a curtain, you know, like opening a curtain and looking outside and realizing that like I was the thing that was stopping myself from succeeding the entire time. Because I was working with Joel, I was able to get about, I think it was about 6,000-7,000 in the first month of working with him. It's tripled my salary basically since I was at a high paying accounting job. So that was awesome. And more than that, it's basically been an education. It's like being paid to take an MBA in marketing. If I hadn't met Joel, I would 100% at this point be in a job again, trying to figure out how to get out again.